The Secrets of the Comfort Abandoned Canal by Paul and Rebecca Whitewick. Yes, I'm finishing up a YouTube video as I'm starting this, mostly because I'm kind of running out of, well, time for tonight. Gotta be up in the morning, so, things gotta crash. So, let's get started. This is Aurian Archive, and welcome back to Hybrid Theory. We're starting off in the Ascent today, well, I screwed up. Alright, I'm gonna have to bring bottled water over closer. Alright. What did I do with the bottled water? There it is. Okay. Basically, I made a big deal over the last several streams about the Steam Deck's 64 gig eMMC drive and how it was perfectly fine enough, and that there were some interesting implications of using a swap drive or using a swap area in place of system memory or graphics memory. And I happily showed off my media server, which, had a 20 gig root partition. Just slight problem, and one I should have seen coming, but didn't. And that problem was, alright, we're just gonna walk this, so walk and talk, run and gun. Alright. Yeah, I could just, take a taxi to Nog, but alright, sorry. Paul and Rebecca are looking at a couple of tunnels. They do some awesome cinematography. Oh, whoops, I'm down. Alright, here comes my elevator. So, anyways, the big problem was, since I had started using the media server on a regular basis, I had started loading more and more applications to it that I, hadn't used before. So things like OBS, the entire OpenOffice suite, the Inkscape, a couple other drawing programs. I don't know if you can. Yeah, obviously at some point I've changed weapons. I didn't even pay attention if that was a friendly or an enemy. Okay, anyway, so I had been loading various applications to the media server that, if I had been on a normal desktop, I probably would have allocated a little bit more root space, knowing that I intended to load a large number of programs to it. What happened is that as KDE Neon went through the process of updating itself, it ran out of space between the apt cache and all of the programs that were installed. And of course, once you run out of space on root, the system, just slowed to a halt. So I kind of hung my head in shame, because here I was talking about how, you could get, you really didn't need that much space for a Linux desktop to get all of the programs you needed installed and running. And then I had went and, ran out of space. And like I said, so I screwed up. I didn't keep track of all of the programs I had going. I didn't keep the app cache clear. I didn't keep the other folders that could have been cleared that were stored on the root partition. Yeah. Apparently, it just gives you the going back to the ascent. Apparently, it gives you the tutorial every time you start. Oh. Okay. Okay. Doing a little bit better on the running and gunning this time. Okay, I do want to be going that way. Oh. Pay attention to the map. Alright, so yeah, just egg on my face that, okay, yeah, 20 gigs, little bit low for if you are running every single application. Now part of that I realize, I don't know how Valve is going to be setting up the Steam Deck's, file system. I don't know if it might be better to, because there are some programs, say like Krita, or if I had downloaded it through Steam instead of installing it through the package manager, it would have been in the home section with plenty of space. Instead of a 20 gig partition, it had a multi-terabyte partition to work from. Same thing with LibreOffice and the other applications I was installing. And, another kind of larger file size than I really was expecting, Simlera. And, yeah, I wasn't sure what video editing tools I was going to need or not need. So I was kind of, everything in the kitchen sink approach. And another factor that I simply hadn't paid attention to that really does make a difference is what libraries and tools are needed. Most of the programs I had on the media server before didn't require third-party tools or utilities. Well, the minute you download the GIMP, the new image manipulation program, for those of you with dirty minds, the minute you download that, it also insists on downloading the entirety of the GTK system, the GNOME or the GIMP toolkit or the GNOME toolkit. And that immediately presented a size problem. One that I really should have seen coming. Okay. Now I may actually have something and we'll change you up. Yeah, that works. Ooh, grenade launcher. When in doubt, use a grenade. Yeah, I have no idea what's over here because it's recruiting Nog actually takes me back the other way. Alright. So, yeah, just totally embarrassing fail on my part. Okay, so what happened next? Well, that's where things really got embarrassing. I had commented early on in other streams that I didn't trust the GeForce 1660 Ti. And I stated the reason that I didn't trust it is that previously I would like be able to access my system remotely. I would access the Plex server. I would access the UPnP server. I'd be able to uh, do whatever I needed to do remotely, but the big fella. Oh, good thing I've got a rocket launcher. Well, that was easy. Uh, so I broke out a, uh, well, I used a tool called UNet booting and converted a KDE Neon disk into a USB stick and booted from a USB stick and was just going to remotely rearrange my drives, increase the size of the root drive a little bit larger, and since I had terabytes of space to play with on the user side, not really much of a big loss. Well, fast forward for flash backwards to the distrust of the NVIDIA card. Well, I booted up into the live USB disk, and from the live USB disk, I started a repartitioning of the drive itself. So, okay, shrink and move my the home partition. Uh, Move the swap partition. I know some people say, well, if you have enough system memory, you don't need to run a swap. Uh, Performance-wise, okay, that may technically be true, but trust me, you really always want a swap drive or a swap partition, if nothing else for paranoia's sake, if something has gone wrong, or I really don't want to kill a whole bunch of civilians, but now I know where I am, facing a grenade launcher. I got a grenade launcher too, pal. Alright, so where am I at? So I've I start the offline drive restructuring, and I know this is going to take a long period of time. I mean, it's not going to be done quickly. This is not a solid state drive. This is a magnetic hard drive. It's gonna be a while. Okay, no big deal. I'll just, like, go off to work and just, let the drive management, let K partition do its thing while I'm off at work. I get back from work, 9, 10 hours later. Move the mouse, no response. Hit the keyboard, no response. Alright, I've already been here. Uh, check the inputs. No response. Change the inputs from uh, DVI to HDMI. Or rather, from DisplayPort to HDMI. Re-wiggle the mouse. Still no response. Okay, at this point I'm kind of okay. Forcing monitor change. Still nothing. Oh, there's a bossy boss down here. Well, there was a bossy boss down here. Yeah, this grenade launcher is like the bestest thing ever. It really is. Okay, so where was I? Got a problem with playing a game and sorry, civilians. Alright. Alright, anyway, so came back and system was completely non-responsive. As far as I can tell, the live version of KDE Neon had suffered the exact same lockout that I was used to occurring and just would always restart the computer on. But since I didn't know for a fact that a drive operations had completed, I just let the system keep running. And figured I'd come back to it, give it a day or so, because, it was going to take a few hours. Well, I finally got to the point where, kind of gone, it's been long enough, I should go ahead and, excuse me, may have to go get tissue paper too. Anyways, gotten to the point where, okay, it's been long enough, might as well go ahead and turn the computer on and off, because whatever operations it's been doing, it's either halted them completely or yeah, I'm just kind of randomly defeating stuff. Okay, trying to stay on track here before I get distracted again. Although we all know that I am going to get distracted multiple times. If not, kill myself with my own. They must be down there. Not entirely sure how I get down there. Alright. Let's try and keep... yeah, like I'm gonna keep focused on this. Oh, hello. Okay, well, that could have gone worse. Alright. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get down there eventually. Alright. Yeah, I'm going with high-level corruption cover-up, thank you. Alright. So, check and see which way I'm going. And down we go. Alright. So, system locked up. And I waited what I thought was probably an appropriate amount of time. Yeah, that didn't go well. Round 2, buckle my shoe. Okay. I want to pause and just finish this. Okay, so I waited till I thought it had been long enough, the operations had to have completed based on calculated time, and then turned the computer off, took the USB stick out, turned the computer back on, and sure enough, it does technically boot to the login screen. And as soon as I try to log in, it blanks to a black screen. As far as I can tell from a booting back into the USB stick, my files seem to have been there, but something has definitely been screwed up. Now, to be fair, if I've lost all of my video library, this would not be the first time. It really wouldn't. I've had hard drives style me before, so I normally run like G-Smart Control and check the drive health on a regular basis. So losing the data is not really, I mean, it's annoying, but I'll get over it if the data's gone. I'm more stuck on, well, what do I do from this point? And my options kind of are reinstall KDE or KDE Neon and just go with the partition stack that's already on there. Option 2, well, I have been planning to put a solid state drive in the media server. However, the one I'd picked up on an Amazon Gold Box deal went to Ryeta when he bought a computer from a scalper, because he really needed a computer. And the scalper sent it to him with their solid state drive, not even screwed into the motherboard and hanging out and flopping around when Ryeta got it. Yeah, that was a whole thing in and of itself. And believe it or not, I actually did have a replacement solid state mounting screw available, so Ryeta got the solid state M.2 I was saving for whenever I got. Basically, I've been holding off on doing anything with the media server because, like, my primary desktop graphics card is dying, or excuse me, doing its best to keel over. So I wasn't really too concerned about it because when I was, whenever I got around to actually upgrading the R9 290X with an actual upgrade, not a cross grade, and not something that's an upgrade only because it cost $1,000. But okay, so right now, has a solid state drive that I was going to put in the media server. Well, now last I heard, he's having difficulty getting the scalpers that he bought the computer from to admit that they didn't build it properly and that they need to replace the solid state drive they sent. Part of me wants to kind of get involved in that. The other part of me kind of goes, well, now it's asymmetrical warfare if I get involved. So, and yeah, just not sure. It's like, and I've actually got another drive that I've tested good and verified and could use it. And this is the part where I say, please don't laugh out loud. It's the solid state drive serial ATA that I picked up to use with the Wii U. So it's in a USB mountable external bracket, but yeah, I could break it out and shove it into the media server. I mean, okay, it's I have no. It's a 240 gig, and okay, I have no idea. I mean, yeah, I could go look it up and see when I bought it, but I bought it before the Switch came out. I bought it when the Wii U was still kind of new, so that gives you an idea of how old that particular drive is. And yeah, I could use that, or I don't know. Other part of me just says, suck it up, place a new solid state, go out hunting and get a decent terabyte solid state drive, or get involved with Matt's RMA, Ryeta's RMA. Just, I don't know. It's a junky situation I brought on myself. Yeah, I went from aiming all right to being so annoyed I can't aim for. Well, that could have gone worse. I really should have just rocked that pistol out for something else. Alright. Loadout, pistol. Okay, I've got a riot gun. Using the launcher, do I go with... Alright. Yeah, we'll go with the shotgun. I know it's an energy shotgun, not going to do much against those fellas. But obviously I've already been down here. Alright, so anyways, to try and finish up about the on the media server. So yeah, I screwed up. I had too many applications on the root drive. I really should have done the file size. Kept the file sizes in mind when I was just blindly adding programs. I didn't.
Affordable. disable the whole thing locally. Or blow it up, I guess. Yeah, that would work too.
To be in the presence of such incalculable amounts of data is humbling. I would never want to be the algorithm having to sort through this deluge
Okay, I have no idea how long the mic has been off. Apparently, at some point, the headset disconnected, and I didn't notice. So, the past however long of me talking is, not there. This is Aurian Archive, and I'll be revisiting every single subject that I didn't talk about at some point in the future.